Rightio guys, we are out running the intermediate. Say hi. Alistair on the Gas 700, Mark on the DR 650, good old Max and Buttercup. So what we've done, we're in Shacklands. We've just come down here. Now for the guys that know, with the beginner track, we've done that whole beginner track. This is our first smoko, and then we head off over that way. Now with the intermediate, this is where we get into a little bit trickier stuff. It's not crazy. I tell you what, when it's all dry, it's a hell of a lot easier. So I'm running the drive mode dashboard 2. Alistair's made this track. I ran it the other day. And now we're just going to do another run again. And I'm actually recording it this time. We're doing the little stops, so we'll get also a time factor. Obviously this will record everything. It'll give me the total kilometers and the time. Whee! So what I'm going to do is let him get just a little bit further away, because she gets a bit bloody dusty. So there's a track that goes off that way, but we don't go there anymore because that turns into a single track, and we don't go on single tracks. And going this way actually leads to what I call now the Serpent's Run. We used to have another Serpent's Run, not in this area, but it got turned into a walking track. It actually followed one of the big main water races, and it's also very close to the national park area, which we just stay away from now. Yep. And this is what we want in this intermediate thing. Tracks are a little bit, more rutted out, closer in. You've got all those slate rocks, so you get little step ups and whoopsie doozes and stuff. It's just getting the guys, from doing the beginner stuff here. This is for the beginners. So here you go, look at this, nice, rocky, nothing too tricky. Keep your momentum going, but then you're out of it. So it's good in the fact that it's only small sections that you get the tricky stuff, the tricky stuff. So that else to go. So all these tracks, sometimes they start to look a little bit like a single track, but you can always see the two depressions. But the other thing is that on the map, it's a gazetted track. So we're not doing anything wrong on these tracks that we're doing. See, like here, you kind of like go, oh, hang on, this is a single track, but it's not. It's actually a gazetted track, and as you go along you'll see two-wheel bloody indentations. Anyway, just letting you know we're doing the right thing. I think I only did this the other day. Yeah, that's right. Normally here in Shacklands, like, there's quite a ravine down there. This is where we come down. Most of the places that we normally ride around, it's fairly flat, so a lot of this stuff's fairly new, and it's like, oh, bloody hell, Shacklands does have some undulation to it. So downhill, rickety rocketies and all that kind of stuff. Manageable, but just giving the beginners a little taste of some of the the harder terrain. way that you make these tracks harder is either do it in the wet where they get a bit more slippery, or just up your speed. Pretty good. So we did our podcast on today's Friday, isn't it? Wow, yeah, time gets away. So Wednesday night we had Noel from Essendon Motorcycles and Mowers on the podcast, and we've got the whole new setup. So we have the Rode Mix Procaster bloody mixing board thing, and the 4 pod mics, gone all bloody professional, and I was pretty happy with the results at the end of it. So no echo, pretty good sound. Yeah, obviously we'll be able to tweak and stuff to get it even better, but make sure we're going. Yeah, that's it. Really loving the drive mode dashboard too. I've got his route up and I've made it purple, but I'm recording and my track that I'm recording is red, so it shows me, because what happens is we actually go over ourselves on some of the sections, which can make it bloody difficult when you're not knowing where you're going and which way you're going and shit. So hopefully we'll have we'll set up in the next week, a couple of weeks to... Oh, he's lost his track. Yeah, back there. Yeah, he went way off. Whoa. Oh, recenter. Yeah. There it is. Oop, ah. Oop, get out of bloody neutral. Yeah, so that bloody podcast that we did on Wednesday, so Noel and Nev from Jay Leno's Garage Australia, Noel's from Essendon Motorcycles and Mowers. Yeah, Nev actually drove Noel up so that Noel could have a good drink, and yeah, it went for, I think it was 2 hours and 20 minutes was the recording time of the podcast. I think that's the most we've ever done. I tell you what, it just goes so quick when you're doing it. Oh, I'll just skedoodle through there. So now this is kind of a little bit the start of the Serpent's Run, but it really kind of kicks off. There's the race there, you can see it's just a dirt one. A little bit further they actually start concreting the sides and shit. But whenever you're following water always wiggles its way through the countryside. So yeah, following a race really gets you that little tight corners and stuff, which you got to normally take fairly slow, but it gives you a bit of a workout. There you go, that's pretty cool. Hey! So now you'll know, you might be able to be, yeah, you can see it's got the concrete now. Whoop-ah. So yeah, I think for an intermediate track, moving up from the beginner track, this should be pretty good. You know, all this shit's doable on the bigger bikes. The old squeaky brakes there, Max, a bit dusty. Right, so this is a loop. We're going to come out on that track there. I think this is where we get really this. Whoop, shit. Sound like a fucking train pulling up. So this is a bit like, you know, those single tracks that the little bikes bloody do, but this is a little just for the bigger bikes, you know what I mean. You got a bit more width. So if you want to yeah, you can go as hard as you want through here. Obviously don't fall in there, that wouldn't be good. Or you can just bloody, you know, putter along, take in the scenery. Good shit. We're supposed to have a top temperature today of 26. So she's already warm. Don't hit the tree, Mark. So the idea of this intermediate track, you know, it's for guys, you know, getting into, and the same with the beginner one. It's, you know, getting people in, getting used to it, just, you know, in a friendly, helpful, non-judgmental way. And the more people we can get on, you know, the adventure bike stuff, getting out into nature. Boom. We'll just pull up here because there's actually there's a track there. I'll show you in a minute. Yeah, we've pulled up here before. Unfortunately, we have idiots around here. But look at that. So yeah, you could come hooking down there, up on that, jump over and land here. Now I don't know whether anybody's done that. I certainly would not do that myself on any type of bike, but yeah, it'd be pretty cool to see. How's that? Good shit. Yeah. Righto, so that's our second smoko stop, which I think is a really good spot to stop. Those that are, you know, get a bit of a workout, they can recoup on there. So we were just talking there, me and Alistair, you know, about what we've just covered, and basically, whoop, yep, it's the beauty of having a big bloody tablet. Jesse and Luke, big shout out to those guys. They're locals. Luke's on a DR650 and Jesse's on a KLR 650. And Jesse is the least experienced. He's pretty new to it. And so he's done the beginner. You know, and I think we put up at one place where I actually took us to the wrong spot, but you know, Jesse was a bit flustered and overheating and all that kind of stuff, so that was alrighty. Recouped, we're all good. And that's the thing, there's no pressure. We'll ride, because it's a short track, we'll ride to the slowest or the least experienced person. All that means is that the more experienced ones that, you know, get to the next stop, they just get more time to talk bullshit, which they all love. So it's not like, you know, Jesse's pulling up going, oh, I'm holding everybody up. That's not, because this is also a social you know, get together. Oh, this is where, that's so right, we've come out on that loop now. So we went up that way, we came from down here. Yep. Yeah, so anyway, so yeah, Jesse is our test person that we think about. And so we're talking about that downhill rocky bit that we went through. And what we would do there was we would drop a corner man at the top, a corner man at the bottom. So they're not really being corner men, they're more safety men. And from the first smoko, we'll either get myself or someone, because Alistair will lead this ride, and that way I can be in the back. Bloody hell, try and catch up to Alistair, I'm too busy fucking talking. Yuppa! Yuppa! Yay! Yeah, so I'd most probably get Jesse and go, right, Jesse, stick with me, and I'll just go at a slow pace. I'll be able to see from behind, you know, that Jesse's sticking with me till we get to that downhill rocky bit. Then let Jesse have a look at it. You can get off the bike, have a look at it, and then make the decision whether he's got the confidence, because it's all it is confidence. To do it, you just ride straight down it. But if you start if you don't have the confidence, you start walk. You know, that's what fucks you up. So he can then have the option of you know, myself or someone else just ride his bike down, just down that little section, and then he can continue. Because that's what I'm saying. This is what fucking biker bits, you know. We love getting on the gnarly stuff and all that shit, but you know, you guys have watched me learn from the beginning, being a slow ass fucking scaredy puss on the motorbikes. I mean, this bloody channel's well over fucking 10 years. You guys have watched me slowly progress. So I understand there's new people coming in all the time, and they're starting exactly where I started, and it takes time. It takes time to get up to, you know, doing the bit gnarlier stuff and whatever. Whoop, shit, what's happened? Oh, right. So I missed this bit. Alright. So this is a little bit trickier too for someone. Obviously, you know, for anybody else. That was in second. That's the thing, it's just momentum, confidence, know you can do it, and the bike will just take you through. So that would be another spot there. We'll drop, we might even pull the whole crowd up there, because that would be a good spot to see everybody going through. But yeah, so it's all about making a safe environment for beginners. You know, the advanced guys, they get to come out and just do a bloody easy ride, no bloody stuffing themselves out, and do the whole social thing, talk bullshit and all that crap. So I think this is Alice has done a pretty good track for the intermediate, for stepping up from that beginner one that we did. So we've come out from here, that's the really cool track. We're going to head out that way. Cool. When I rode this on Wednesday, when I first came out, I turned off that way. So we got a lot of easy stuff all in one hit, and I'm thinking, this ain't a bloody intermediate, this is like just beginner. Until I worked out I'd stuffed up. Yep, this way. Oh, dusty. Let him get a bit further ahead. So now on this type of stuff here, you just plod along, back out of the dust, and if you had a bit of a struggle or you're working up a sweat and shit, you can just I don't know what he was doing there, but oops, what have I done? Close, recenter, there we go. Love that tablet, and that program, the dashboard. So yeah, get a bit of speed up, got to dry up the sweat, which cools you down. So we're now going to come on to, when we do the beginner, we come in up over that way and we go straight through. A lot of the guys will remember this section where it was really boggy. We pulled up and watched everybody, filmed everybody going through. But now it's dry, so it's really easy. I'll just let him know to go straight through. Let him go ahead. So I find on this side's the easier side. You avoid all those really ruddy, bloody stuff. Straight through, no problem. But it gets full of water. Adds a different element of trickiness. Right, so we're going to have a turn off here. Yep, down there. I'll just let him know to come down here. Beauty. Another bloody tourist track. Righto, back into the tracky track stuff. Gotta say, I'm bloody enjoying myself, that's for sure. And that's the thing, when you're riding in your comfort zone, if you're with other people and you're out of your comfort zone and you're struggling, that can screw you over. It can make you not enjoy it and go, what the hell am I doing? I could be, I don't know, sitting by a poolside drinking pina coladas, and that's what we don't want. We want people to enjoy themselves when they come out and go, fuck yeah, I want to do that again. I want to get on my bike and go. Whether it's, go by themselves or with a mate or, on a ride with biker bits. Or even if there's, there's another ride being held somewhere with another group or whatever that they've met or come across, they can go, you know what, I reckon I can do it. I've done it before, I've ridden in a group. I've done the little gnarlier stuff. There you go, and that's how you make it a little bit harder for yourself. So, even though it looks like we're going up a runoff, this is actually a gazetted bloody road track. sometimes you can get tricked, and obviously a lot of this stuff doesn't get, it's not used by, the main public. It's the, whether it's four-wheel drive, not even four-wheel drivers around here, there's plenty of other places for those guys to go, but people come in with their four-wheel drives and have a bit of a look through. But I'd say mainly motorbikes. And I think we're doing a bit of a service. We're keeping these tracks open. These runoffs and these stuff, that's going to happen regardless of whether there's a motorbike coming through. So that when there's a bushfire or something like that, the fireys, the CFA can come in, and it's clear they're not bushwhacking through old tracks, because this is what happens. All this stuff just grows up, and if we don't come through, this should just overgrow. There we go. So yeah, you're doing this stuff. Momentum is your best friend, and a bit of blip on the throttle for stuff like that. So there you go, Alice is going the more trickier way. There's a roundabout here, make it easier, take the hard out of it, so he's having to stuff around there. Oh, and then Mark goes, oh yeah, cool, let him go ahead. You see what I mean? People freaking take cars like that through here, for Christ's sake. Whoop. So this is another little tricky spot. So Alice is going to go the hard way, I'm going to go the easy way. Paddle your way through. You got options. Things like that, if you can't touch the ground quite easily, that'll get you unstuck, especially on a bigger bike as well. There's Angus's burnt out bloody car. Oh, so this will be another pull-up. Rightio guys, so that's our third stop. That's the Angus truck. We had the Gas 700 in the back, and Angus was sitting in it, and I got a shot for bloody Instagram.
It's still good.
Yeah, good to go. Yeah. Righto, so we've done 20 Ks. It was 1 hour 5 minutes to here. Obviously when we do it with a group it'll be longer, because the talks always go longer. And the more bikes that you have, and obviously we'll have more beginners and stuff, or intermediate people, it'll slow. So I reckon if we banked on a 3 hour off-road ride, that'd be pretty good. So now we've just got this road down here, just a normal bloody, call it a tourist track, and then we'll get up over, there's a big fancy house out here. Actually, I'll keep you on board if you can see the big fancy house. Yuppa! Whoop! Here we go. And then we will do a whole lot of wiggle wagging our way back out. So there's just a whole lot more cool tracks out there that we do. We go past the shack, which we do that section of that on the beginner. So I was saying to Alistair, when we mention single track, like we'll be mentioning single track. Now we're making a conscious effort to not get on single tracks. And but I was just thinking, you know, with YouTube and when you're doing videos, if you put copyrighted music, they can pick it up, and anything that you say on YouTube, it actually gets converted to text, you know, so that you can do the subtitles and all that. This is the bloody fancy house out here. Hopefully I'll try and bloody trees. You're not going to see it, bloody whatever. It's fancy for out here. All this bloody fencing they've got up, keeping all the riffraff out. What was I saying? Yeah, so a lot of the times, you know, like in this one, I'll be mentioning bloody single tracks. So at some stage, you know, the way the world's going, Parks Victoria is going to go, all right, let's do, you know, go to Google, okay, we'll pay $50, do a search within this region, say Bendigo region, any videos that are done and mentions single track, and boom, it'll bring them all up, and hey presto, then they're bloody getting you quite easily. And it's not, even if you're not doing the single tracks, you know, we might accidentally or not even knowing, because that's the biggest problem, is not friggin' knowing. They change shit. Whoop, bloody hell. So I've got to come up with a code word for single track. And if they ever do that, they can, they'll get, this will come up and then they'll understand what they've got to do another search for. But I'm going to start calling single tracks lizard tracks. That way, I'm trying to future-proof myself, not because I ride on them, but yeah, there you go. So if you ever hear me saying lizard track, I am saying a single track. Boom, there you go. Righto guys, that's it. I'll stop that here. I won't go all the way around with this video. Remember, keep on riding. I'll try and get myself in the mirror. I can't, shit, Al. Hang on, I'll get up to Alistair. He's going. Yeah, keep on riding, and if you ain't riding, keep on keeping on.